right. Our time is fast spent on that topic, but gentlemen, let's move straight to our next conversation, shall we? While alignments and realignments define politics, caution must be taken to guide unfair domination. The national chairman of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC, Professor Yilwatda, has cautioned defectors in the Federal Capital Territory FCT chapter of the party against hijacking its structures. Speaking at an APC stakeholders meeting in Abuja, Yilwatda said the interest of old and new members must be protected without allowing one group to subsume the other. You can join us, but you cannot hijack us. I mean, what's the significance of this comment by the APC chairman?
Well, let me say this. Most of the defectors, you know, to either APC or PDP, most of them are heavyweights.
True.
You know, and so when they are going there, they will tell you that they have their own structures, they have their own people, and if they are going there to go and take over. In fact, most of the states today, even APC, they are having that problem. Although they are own, they know how, they have the internal mechanism for them to address this matter. Most of them still have this silent minority or silent majority, former majority, who are now minority.
Minority, okay.
You know, so I think that is what is also happening in the FCT, and that is why the national chairman is saying that you cannot come as a defector to come and take over the old. You have to, you know, balance things up. And it's usually very difficult because, for instance, if somebody is a heavyweight, it takes, the heavyweight comes with his team, comes with money, comes with everything. And before you know it, they will look at you. If you are lightweight and you don't have anything, because they will ask you, do you have enough money?
What are you bringing to the table?
Do you have enough money, you know, to do campaigns? Do you have enough money to buy forms? Do you have if you don't have all those things, that is where the heavyweight will tell you, Oga, give me, pack the structures, or I'll put my people there. And that is what is happening everywhere. Most of these defectors, most of them, okay, let me say some of them, that is what they are doing. So for the APC national chairman to say this, it shows that from his small research, because I know he's a professor, because I saw he also brought out sharing formula you know, as a proposal. From his small research, would have seen that in some places, people are not sharing equally.
Okay.
And so the new people who are coming into any place don't come and take over the old structure or take over the entire structure. You must find a way to balance things up in terms of, okay, gender, you must have gender balance. Even the youth must be involved. You must also look at, consider even indigene.
Yes,
because from the FCT, indigene, and also geopolitical, you know, consideration too. For instance, if somebody is from a particular zone or somebody came from a particular zone, and the old people, the people that are there,
the legacy members,
they must all the legacy. They must also look at all those things. So he brought out this. He brought out this idea, and I think it is something that everybody, all political parties, must also look at. It's not that you, because they are coming with money, you now come and take over. You now give the old people 30% and take 70%. And
you take 70%.
That is where the problem is. And that's why we are having factions everywhere. In most political parties, just notice that there's a small faction because the old people are feeling that they have been left out. So it is a fantastic idea and proposal. But now that he's saying it, it's good that it's coming out and people will have to look at it.
Now, Asuko made a very valid point there. But if the defectors bring electoral value, can the APC realistically deny them the structural control?
Yeah, I think it's a two-edged sword. When people are defecting to your party, they are adding value. Because they increase your numerical strength and your potential to win election. But there's also the danger that you need to also concede to their demands. And people are not going to join your party just because for the fun of it. They are going to join your party based on interest. And that means that when people defect, they also want to be accommodated, their interest to be accommodated, because politics is more or less, it's about interest. So when you are, it's very difficult for, in a state where governors are defecting. Because when a sitting governor defects to another party. The party in each state, the leader is the party,
Is the governor.
Is the governor.
It's the governor.
So it means that the governor would like to control, either to change the existing structure or to manipulate the existing structure to draw them to his own side. Look at what has happened in Delta State, and I think this is more pronounced in states like Delta, Plateau, where even the APC national chairman comes from, Kano State, Delta, you know.
You're talking about first-term governors.
Yes, even Enugu. You know,
Okay,
when
okay.
Peter Mba, the camp, there was problem with the former minister Annaj, that in terms of who now owns the party.
Yes.
In Delta State, where Governor Sheriff, they come to APC. Already you had people like Senator Agigi and others. So the question, look, yes, you have added value, but how, in terms of structure, the new person that has defected, who happens to be a governor, will not allow you to decide.
Exactly.
You know, I mean,
it's fate.
It's fate. So he needs to take control of the Congress. He needs to take control of the structure, you know, to what level. So it's a real problem unless the party comes in. Look at Kano. I believe the reason why Kwankwaso did not join was that he felt that, look, if I join this party, I know Abba Yusuf will be the leader of that party, either he likes it or not. So, and it also means that Abba Yusuf will need to decide in terms of the structure, in terms of, you know, who takes what. Unlike the parties we used to have in the past, that the people, you know, will have, I mean, a say in one way or the other. Everyone will contribute to the party. I know that my grandmother had a copy of UPN membership. And in her only two way, when she goes to meetings, she will contribute. So decisions were taken based on strength, based on the voice of the people. Unlike now that parties have been taken over by money bags. The governor is the de facto leader of the party. You know, unlike in those days that the chairman of the party, you know, or even at the state level, you know, we have, in fact, is the leader of that party. So it's a very complex thing. And when the governor defends your party, there's no way the governor will not take over. And so if they don't manage very well, it might.
But coming from the chairman now, what does this signal?
Well, I think it's sending a signal that, you know, people are coming to the party, even if it's in those states, Plateau State, they must not take over the structure. And of course, I don't think they should take it over, but you cannot tell them that they don't have a stake in the structure. Because when they are coming in, you must accommodate their own interests. It means that you need to share. Kwankwaso did not agree because, I mean, he said, look, the kind of percentage he wanted, they were not ready to give him. That was why he left the party. But you see, on a broader scale, why are people defecting to the APC?
To the APC.
In my own mind, you know, I read the whole thing. It's not really about,
they
APC
love
is
the
better,
president or what?
APC has better, superior project. It's about strategic interest. First, regional interest. Most people defecting from the north, all those governors, they think that the current president, at most, has only 4 years to spend. So, and they know that power will return to the north. Because the person there is a liberal-minded person who say that, like, you know, some people in Buhari's government wanted to take power back to Lawan. He won't do that. He will keep to that agreement, even though it's not written in the Constitution. But it's a natural law that is stronger than even the Constitution. So if power is going back to the north. And they think that it's better we go to this party because we can become president, we can succeed the president.
Exactly.
And some are also thinking that, look, from Niger Delta, you know, decamping to, you know, APC. It's not that, APC is the better program. I can become vice president. If I decamp and you have a president from the north and then vice president from the Niger Delta.
So basically for political survival.
It's about interest.
You know. All right, gentlemen, we need to go under this quick break. And when we return, the conversation continues. Don't go away. This is Journalist Hangout.